Hey everyone, welcome back to Clarity Tarot. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys are all doing very well. This is going to be your weekend reading, what you need to know this weekend, messages from Spirit. So let's go ahead, let's jump in, let's dive in, and let's see what messages everyone needs to know in the collective this weekend. So this weekend, the moon is going to be in Aquarius and Pisces, so I personally think this is going to be a really good energy if you're just trying to chill. We have the camel and the hummingbird cards coming out as the animal spirit energy for the weekend. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this guidebook and let's see what these energies can tell us. So let's first look at the camel and see what she is talking about. Camel, camel, camel. All right, so it says resourceful, independent, and knows one's self. So the camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, i.e. anger or judgment, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and especially fond of trips to faraway lands. So when this energy is in balance, it is calm, content, and when it's out of balance, it's dehydrated and lacks vitality. So what I feel that card is saying for us is that this weekend, I feel like you really have to, if there's something in your life that you're upset about or something that you don't like, you can't blame someone else for your problems, basically. Like, when you blame someone else for your problems or you make it someone else's fault about something that's happening to you, you're giving that person control over you. And in this scenario, it seems like there may be some situation or scenario that happens this weekend where maybe it is true that you really didn't do anything, but to stay in control, you have to take responsibility. So there's a book that I've been meaning to read called The Dichotomy of Leadership by Jocko Willink. And I haven't read it, but I know the premise of it is that in order to be in control of your life, you have to take responsibility for everything. And, blaming other people and saying, oh, it's this person's fault, oh, they did this, oh, that's not my problem, and being kind of passive like that, it doesn't really give you any power. And I feel that this card is saying, like, stay in your power this weekend, even if, it kind of sucks to take responsibility for whatever it is. You have more control of it when you take it into your hands. So to give an example, maybe there's something that your parents didn't teach you when you were younger, right? Maybe your parents didn't teach you about finances when you were younger. And so now as an adult, you have financial issues and financial problems that could have been easily avoided, or if you had been warned about, that you would have never done, right? Maybe you have a lot of credit card debt, maybe you have a lot of student loan debt, and maybe you feel like if I were set up better in life, I would have never been in this scenario. Or if my parents would have set aside money for me to go to college, I would have never had this student loan debt in the first place. And I feel like what this energy is saying is, yes, that's probably true, right? That's probably true. Maybe you were not given the best start in life. Maybe you were not given the best opportunities. Maybe it would have been, nice had someone given you a heads up or warned you about certain things, or, made something possible for you. But at this point in time, you can't get mad about it, you know, like getting mad about it and getting angry about it and saying this is their fault, they should have done this, or this person should have done that, is counterintuitive, right? It's not going to help you. So I feel like this weekend there's something that maybe is coming up for you in some area of life where you just have to go, okay, I can't change the past. I can only change my future, and I'm not happy about where my starting point is, but I'm just going to take responsibility for this and I'm going to fix this problem. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing with the camel there. Let's tune into the hummingbird and see what she has to say. So the hummingbird says positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. So when this energy is in balance, it is smart, curious, and loves to learn. And when it's out of balance, it's pushy, insistent, and sharp. So yeah, like I feel like even though there may be something that you're unhappy about in your life, even though there may be something that you wish would have gone differently, I feel like you have everything at your fingertips to make this situation better, right? Like there's no reason to be salty about it. There's no reason to be, you know, angry and bitter and jealous and callous about whatever situation you're in. Like you have the smarts, you know, you have the ambition, you have the passion, the go-getter energy to go do whatever it is you need to do to right the wrongs in your life. Even if it is a big, you know, thing, a big mountain ahead of you, right? Like, for example, debt, right? Maybe you have tens of thousands of dollars of debt, and that is going to take you some time. You're not going to resolve that in a weekend, right? But you likely have a job where you can go make money to pay off that debt, right? Or you have the skills to go start a business to help you pay off that debt, or you know you have the right connections in your life to help you to solve this problem. So it's like you can either focus on the negative or you can focus on the positive. You can be a part of the problem or you can be a part of the solution. And I feel like these cards are saying just focus on the solution. Don't worry so much about why you're in the situation that you're in. Yes, it's unfortunate. Yes, it's a nuisance. Yes, it's a struggle, right? Like, yes. But we all have something like that in our life. And even if you would have been, you know, given better opportunities or top things, you know, there's something about starting from the bottom. There's something about going from A to Z that's different. When you give people money and resources and opportunities without them having to work for it, they don't learn how to be resourceful, which is what this hummingbird card told us, is you probably are someone who already is very resourceful. You probably are someone that does know how to maneuver and get things done. So it's like whatever this problem or situation that you're facing now, you will get through it as you've gotten through everything else in your life, even if it takes some time. Don't worry about how long it's going to take. It's not going to throw you off your path. It's not going to cause you to miss any opportunities that are meant for you. This is just a part of your journey. Okay. All right, let's do some tarot here. What are some just overall life messages we need to know? We have the Six of Wands coming out. So I feel like this weekend, like we've been discussing, I feel like you're rising above or being bigger than a problem that you have in your life, right? Maybe it's something that has held you back in the past. Like, for example, maybe you know, are not happy with your body. You're not happy with how you look. And so maybe you know, haven't been putting yourself out there. You know, you haven't been wearing a bikini at the beach or whatever it is, right? You've been kind of holding yourself back. And I feel like this weekend you're going, you know what? Like, I'm not going to be a slave to my problems, right? I'm going to be bigger than my problems. I'm going to step out. I'm not going to not live my life because I have these problems, because a lot of people are like that. A lot of people will put their life on pause because of some problem, right, that they're having. And I feel like you're saying no. Like, everyone has problems. No one's perfect, and I'm not perfect, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to go out and live my life the way I want to, right? So I see a lot of you guys kind of breaking through barriers. And like I said, the moon is going to be in Pisces this weekend. It's going to be full, I think, on Sunday or Monday, depending on where you live, right? So we have a full moon in Pisces coming up, and I feel that a lot of you are going to be letting go of long held, deep, subconscious issues that you've had, and liberating yourself, freeing yourself, and moving forward with your lives, not worrying about the things that have held you back in the past, the insecurities that have held you back in the past. So I really like that. I'm really looking forward to this week, and I think it's going to be very, very transformative and very healing for a lot of people. If you can be bigger than your problems, if you can let go, if you can rise above. Yeah, like, I'm not seeing, like, you know, a problem is leaving your life. I feel like you're just dealing with something in a different way. You're seeing something in a different perspective, and you're moving forward in your life, not being a victim or a slave to your problems. What else do we need to know about life this weekend? Father of Swords, yeah, it feels like you're really putting your foot down about something and just drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is where I'm at. You know, this is where I'm at. This is where I stand on this particular issue. And this could have to do with other people. It definitely could have to do, you know, with a scenario that has to do with other people, but it also could just be something that's happening internally, right? You could be saying, you know what, I'm no longer going to do this self-sabotaging behavior because it's not helping me, and I'm stagnating. I'm not moving forward in life, and I'm done doing that. I feel like a lot of us are just going to be like, that's it. You know, that's it. I'm done. And really just putting an end to something and being bigger than it, right? I don't see there being like a huge blowout. I don't see there being a huge fight. That's not really Pisces energy anyways. I kind of just see like a dropping of it, or like just a letting go, or just a walking away and just lighting a match, throwing it behind you and walking forward and not looking back. That's kind of what I see here. Someone might just quit their job this weekend and just walk out and not even care what happens. Like, It seems like that. Daughter of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're just going to be doing what feels right to you and what's in alignment with you and what makes you happy. Some of you guys might start doing something in your life that you've wanted to do just simply because it makes you happy. All right, let's look at love. Some love messages for the weekend. Okay, Hierophant here. I feel like you could be getting some sort of insight, download, or wisdom when it comes to love in general. And just, I don't want to get too deep into it in this reading, but I know for me personally, like, I have been really rethinking a lot of things about love in general and relationships in general. With Mercury being in Libra right now, going retrograde, it's going to have all of us thinking about love and relationship, and kind of redefining our relationships and rethinking certain relationships in our life. And I know that that's definitely been true for me. Um, just to give a little bit, because I don't want this to turn into a really long reading, but for me, it's like I have been, rethinking the concept of marriage and what that really means today. And because marriage is not what it used to be, you know, hundreds of years ago. It used to be about survival, right? You needed to get married in order to survive. And people were really, you know, interested in procreating and populating the earth, but we don't have those same, needs today. You don't need to be married to survive in society. And, the protections that marriage used to provide really don't make any sense for today's day and age. So what really is marriage? And is it really, realistic to think that you're going to find one person that you're just going to be completely happy with for the rest of your life? Or is life really more about having a lot of different relationships that all teach you different things and help you to grow as a person? So again, don't want to get too deep into that, but just a little food for thought. You might be thinking a little differently about relationships, about marriage, about commitment in the romantic sense, but it also could be like in like the business partner sense or the friendship sense. Like more one-on-one type of relationships you could really be rethinking. So I feel like you're either going to get some sort of insight download this weekend that's going to just give you a little bit of food for thought. And maybe what I just said was food for thought for you, but I feel like you'll be expanding on that during the weekend. Yeah, we got the Three of Cups here. So I had posed the question on the community page, like, is monogamy dead? Like, is that still something that people are doing? With this Three of Cups here, you could have multiple love interests in your life, or, you could be wanting to kind of just go out and have more fun and be more free and connect and meet a lot of different people at this particular point, in life. Sun card here, just simply because it makes you feel good, right? Like simply because you want to. And I feel like a lot of people in the like spirituality community are like so hell bent on the idea of there just being this one person who is, everything, and they're your soulmate, your twin flame, and you just, have this amazing life and you ride off in the sunset. And, I just don't think that's possible for everyone. I don't think that's everyone's journey. And I think, some people, like myself, learn a lot through relationship, that learn a lot by, being in a relationship with other people, and grow a lot and transform through that, right? Like, I'm a Scorpio moon, so like I transform through my relationship. So, would I want to be with one person forever and never transform again? Something to think about. But, it feels like this weekend you may just be wanting to kind of liberate yourself from like maybe letting go of an old relationship and bringing some new energy into your love life, and just bringing some new like romance or passion or excitement into your life, and not really expecting it to come from one person, thinking that only one person can provide you with happiness. So that's just kind of what I'm seeing here on the love front. I see a lot of new energy, some fresh energy, some enlightenment, some fun. So that's really exciting. Let's look at career and finance and business for the weekend. All right, we got the Daughter of Pentacles. So you could be starting something new this weekend, or getting an idea about something you want to start, a new business venture, a new job you want to start, a new project you want to start. You could be doing something different with your finances, like rearranging your money in a different way, or like spending your money in a different way. Maybe instead of, putting your money in a savings account, you're going to start using like cash envelopes or something like that. Like something new. I just feel like there's going to be something like really different that you're doing here that I think is really going to work out for you in the long run. It feels like whatever you've been doing with your finances, or in your career, your business, it hasn't been working. So this weekend, you're like, let me try some type of new approach. And it seems like that new approach is really working well for you. Five of Pentacles, yeah, because I think that you have been experiencing a lot of like unnecessary loss and challenge when it comes to your finances. So it's time to do something new. It's time to switch things. It's time to switch things up. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles, because you have some sort of new goal or new dream that has nothing to do with anybody else. Okay, bottom of the deck, I have the High Priestess here. So a very spiritual and intuitive weekend. Makes sense with the moon being in Pisces. But it feels like you have some sort of new dream. Like you're going about your finances in a different way. And if I'm completely honest, it feels like a lot of you guys may have been doing your finances or arranging your finances in a way where you were thinking, okay, like I don't really have to do all that much or make a lot of money because I'm going to have a partner, and me and my partner are going to contribute, equally. And so therefore, I don't have to work that hard. I don't have to save that much. Like me and my partner will just do it together. And I feel like you may be realizing like, okay, no, that's the wrong thought process. That's the wrong approach. Like I need to make sure I have my finances where I want them to be. Like if I want to buy a house, for example, like don't think like, okay, I only have to cough up 50% of the money for this house, or me and my partner are going to live together, so I only have to have 50%. I only need to make 50% of what the bills and rent would cost. Like, no, you need to be thinking about whatever this is as if you are the only person that's going to be doing this. Like, if you have a business partner, don't go into the business thinking, okay, yeah, they're going to put 50% and I'm going to put 50%. So therefore, I only need to contribute this little amount. It's like, no. Yes, you may have a business partner. Yes, you may have a relationship. Yes, you may be going in with someone on something, but always think about it as if you are doing it by yourself. So just in the event, in the case that something happens, that you can keep afloat, you can keep going even without that person, right? So I feel like you're doing something completely different and making sure that you are self-sufficient, like not leaving your future in someone else's hands, not leaving your security in someone else's hands, and deciding and just giving that person that power. Like, that I feel is really important. And remember what our main message here was: self-reliance, independent, resourcefulness, right? Like always kind of act as if, or always think ahead, like if I had to do this by myself, could I do this by myself? If it's not necessarily something financial, even maybe at your job, right? Like don't rely so heavily on like everyone else around you to like put all the pieces in place for you. Like make sure if shit hit the fan, that you could, handle whatever it is by yourself, right? So make sure that you ask all the questions and you feel really good about, what it is that you're doing in the future. All right. So to close this reading out, let's go ahead and pull a couple of oracle cards here. And let's see what messages you need to know. So most important messages for the weekend. We have you're very close to achieving your goal. So that's a really encouraging message. It feels like a lot of us have been working really hard to get towards something or achieve something, but it has felt like it's been so difficult, or it's going to take so long, or you haven't seen any results. Like maybe you've just been putting in work and not seeing anything. And this card is kind of saying you're almost there. You're getting close. Like, stay the path, stay the course, keep going. Don't get weak now. You're like so close to a breakthrough. Okay. And we have, look at that, the end of a tough cycle approaches. I mean, really, you couldn't ask for any better card than that. Like, I really feel like if things have been very difficult for you, things have been tough for you, if you've just been like getting by and struggling, you're just like barely keeping your head above water, that time is coming to an end very, very soon. Just keep your eye on the prize, okay? Don't lose your cool. Don't freak out. If someone does something and walks away from something or leaves something in your lap, like, okay, let that person walk. Let that person, do whatever they need to do. You take full responsibility for it, because if you give that other person control over the situation, you're going to be stuck in this cycle longer. Like, you just have to take full control so that way you can keep moving forward in your life, okay? So I hope this reading has helped you. I hope it's given you lots of clarity and lots of insight. And as I just looked at the timer on the reading, it said 2727. So make sure you go look up that angel number and see what message there is for you. But I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys all very soon. Bye.